but I gotta tell you, I wasn't that excited about punctuation until I learned that the exclamation mark is the Latin word for joy. It's an I over an O. So answers get me really excited about things. The Spanish piece of 8, when the coin was all that there was, then the dollar came out. And people were so used to writing the number 8 for Spanish piece of 8, it equaled the same amount. And they decided, let's just keep writing at it. And then they put a line through it eventually. Became the dollar bill. The Italian printer, Aldus, this guy, did a semicolon. I couldn't figure out what it was about, but I think it's a period and a comma because it separates two sentences that have similar meaning. Maybe. He also invented italic type, which was designed so that they could make books, make them thinner. Question mark is a Q over an O. So Latin. Questio, the first letter Q, and the second, last letter O, with the I. The italics is a little different because of that. Sherlock Holmes does not exist. He does not. He lives in here. He lives in a book. He doesn't have properties, not physically. You can't grab onto him and point to him. People think they know what he looks like. But he does not look like that. We think we know where he lives. If you go to London, what's the address? 221 Baker Street. 221 Baker Street? That's right. There we go. And people have been there and expect him to kind of come out or something like that. But he's not real. He's fiction. And the question I had is, how can we even refer to fiction things in language? How does it allow for us to reference something that doesn't exist? 8 to 9 month old babies play peekaboo. The reason it works is because they don't know about 3 dimensions. They don't know about you hiding behind something. They think you disappear. So when they learn that you are still there, the game's up. Philosophy of language. Sherlock Holmes, it's true that he smokes a pipe. It is not true that he plays the flute. These are outside statements. It's true that he does that, and not true that he does that. We know things about him. We can confirm them simply by reading the book. An inside reference would be, in Sherlock Holmes, this happened. You know, in the story, in the movie, this is what happened. Outside reference would be, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote Sherlock Holmes. He was my favorite artist, let's say. Artist. What am I talking about? Sherlock Holmes does not exist is a true outside statement. Okay? Sherlock Holmes was created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, also a true outside statement. When you add them together, Arthur Conan Doyle created something that does not exist. The only reason you can figure out the tangle of this whole thing is that it's keep it in context and understand referencing, what's being referenced. So, alternate reality games. The huge, big master of them all is called The Beast. It came out in 2001. Artificial intelligence poster has 5 words. If you look close, and it says Janine Sala, sentient machine therapist. It led to over 1,000 websites. They had all interrelated, set in the future. This was big mass marketing. 2 guys at Microsoft Games created it with Spielberg. This is not a game. Key building, puzzle solving. It's called unfiction or immersive gaming. Other things that are called portals. In the movie poster on the S, there's like 5 tick marks, and 3 or 4 there, and 3 or 4 there. They spell out a phone number. You could call that, and all kinds of things. Evan Chan was murdered. That was on the back of movie posters that had circled letters. The cloud makers were 7,300 people. There were 3 million people worldwide that played the Beast. The cloud makers solved it in like 4 months. It was supposed to last 9 months. With 7,300 people working together, they were able to solve some puzzles in 20 minutes that were supposed to take 8 or 9 months. After they solved this, there was this huge rush of like, we are awesome. September 2001, they started to think, hey, maybe we could like take our skills and stuff and apply it to something that really matters. And then eventually the people said, no, this is not a game. This is real, and we need to, treat that with respect. So, but I keep thinking, life is like a game. Community building, nonfiction, problem solving. Take what you love, Ignite Phoenix. Just go for it. Later when you watch this online, you can write down all this stuff. But there's some really cool links to stuff I found out about alternate reality games. And I'm done, actually.